Hey, Frumley, what's up? I'm Kelly Lunchbox Gun Keen.
I'm Jazz. That's Dr. Meredith Pillow Shamanic.
And I'm Dawn, Pink Sweater of Peace Glen.
And we're here today talking about from season 1, episode 4, A Rock and a Farway. And I've got the synopsis here for it. Julie finds comfort in her new friends as Jim and Tabitha deal with their struggling marriage. Ethan ventures off into the forest with Victor, while Father Khatri urges Boyd to embrace his role as leader. Sara receives another horrifying directive. This episode was a little infuriating. I think we're going to spend a lot of time ragging on Jim.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But we are doing our rewatch of From. We'll have episodes, 2 or 3 episodes a week, uploading right up to the season 4 premiere. So, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait till that trailer comes out. And when it does, we'll be talking about it. But let's jump in with our who's going in the box. And I think this one's pretty easy. And I feel like we're all going to have the same one.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim, you're going in the box, and I'm going to enjoy putting you in the box.
I wrote J period I period N period.
I put Jim FFS. Like, oh, Jim.
Oh my God. Jim, what a fucking dick.
Yeah.
It's like, I get that he's overprotective of his children because he lost one.
This man is showing you coloring.
Yes.
Why are you so upset? Obviously he is not well. He's not doing anything bad or creepy. He's showing your son a drawing.
Yeah.
If it's not a drawing of a penis, something. It's just a drawing of a little boy,
And and because he lost his shit, they left a perfectly delicious looking stack of pancakes on the plate.
Yes.
And they didn't bring any food back for Tabitha.
Yeah. I guess your wife doesn't deserve pancakes?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim.
Yin Chen made those pancakes special.
Yes.
She doesn't just make pancakes all the time. Ugh.
Oh, God. What a dick. Is he going in your boxes too?
Oh, yeah.
Here's mine. Yeah.
Major.
Jim is in everybody's boxes.
And he goes from 0 to 100. As soon as he comes in the room, don't even just spend some time going, okay, I think you should leave now. Leave my son alone. No, it's immediately rage and manhandle the man. And,
I should put Victor in the box too for not shooting him when he had the chair.
The fact that he's still threatening Victor while he's got a gun pointed at, what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, God. Ugh.
I think Jim would totally be an ableist. I totally think he would be like, oh, you're creepy. Just anybody that's a little bit odd, a little bit different, he would be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, well, he does that later. He definitely does that later. I forgot exactly what he said about Victor, but it was very ableist and not kind.
Yes. It cracked me up when Victor gives Ethan his questing stick and he's like, don't you need one? And he's like, no, I've got a gun.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that. He's like, I got it. You're like, oh, this trusty lunchbox. No, there's a gun in here.
that well-known part of medieval quests. A little handgun.
It's a mouse tool.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I had a hard time choosing who to give the pancakes to this week. But I decided that I'm going to give the pancakes to the Frumville dogs because they you know, we see them later and they're not really menacing. They're kind of friendly, you know, but they seemed pretty menacing, and I think that was because of Jim. They could tell that Jim was a douchebag, and so
This
they
guy
were,
sus.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
pancakes to the Frumville dogs for warning about Jim's douchebagginess. Jazz, who's getting your pancakes this week?
My pancakes, ironically, are going to Tian Chen for like really keeping things running when she's dealing with so much grief. We only get just the tiniest touch of her grief in the end of the last episode, but she's not even just keeping the diner running and staying busy. She's making special meals for the new arrivals still, and like going out of her way, welcoming Jade into her home, like all these things she doesn't necessarily need to be doing, that she's just doing because she's an amazing person and I love her.
Yeah, agreed. Dawn?
Yeah, this was a tough episode to pick best, but I picked Ethan because for being for being so open-hearted and just you know, wanting to be friends, and immediately telling Victor, when Victor says, "Why are you telling me this?" He's like, "Oh, because we're friends." He immediately has just accepted Victor. You're my friend. Why on earth wouldn't you? And the way he copes with Jim and Tabitha fighting, it's obvious he's heard it before. I just think he's, even though he's gone through bad stuff, he's such a loving, kind little boy, and I, you know, props to him for always trying to see the best. You know, when he talks about how he's coped with Thomas's death by saying, "I just think of it as a quest, and if I try hard," it's heartbreaking, but also it shows how he's processed this himself and he's dealing with it. Yeah, he's my MVP, and he should get to eat all the pancakes with no one interrupting.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Nobody deserves those pancakes more than Ethan. Damn, he should have smacked Jim upside the head for that.
Like, I'm taking them with me. Just shove them all in his mouth.
No, I actually almost went with Ethan, but I decided to go with the From Dogs because I just wanted to dig on Jim some more.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, Ethan was a close second. Let's go to our bottom fives. So my bottom five is Trudy just helping herself to Julie's shirt.
That was not cool.
Like, give her some time to get acclimated first before, you know, she understands that it's kind of a free-for-all. Like, she doesn't know this, and she just thinks that, you know, that it's Trudy's just stealing her shit now.
Just to wake up and somebody's wearing your shirt, like, what?
Julie did not have a pleasant waking up experience this episode.
No, do that.
I'm surprised she didn't go running back to the town after this.
Again, there is something I want to talk about again with Julie in the spoiler section when we get there, dealing with that, her waking up scene.
Yeah.
All right, Jazz, what is your number 5?
Ain't nobody gonna help Boyd. Nobody gonna help Boyd clean up. Ethan offered to help.
Yeah.
With the viscera. But you know, I'm glad he's the only one. Everyone else just watched as they walked to breakfast. Like,
right?
Yeah. I guess Khatri brought the wheelbarrow back, but nobody use the hose. Like nobody was gonna help him put the boards up. I don't know. I just was like, this is everybody's box. y'all gonna contribute?
Seriously.
Okay.
All right, Dawn, how about you?
Well, I'm afraid to say this in case I get beaten out of the podcast. But Tabitha making the assumption that just because Julie's like, yeah, I'll come and visit, that she's moving home. I mean, she didn't say anything. She's just like, oh, we'll tell them that you've changed your mind. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
put on the brakes there, calm down. Yeah, it's a very mom thing to do, that like, I'm speaking for you and I'll tell you what to think. And I think the rest of the time we see Tabitha as a near perfect mother. You know, I don't think she makes mistakes, but that's the one mistake I think she'd made, where she oversteps the line, becomes too, is infantilizing Julie and not letting her think for herself. And I understand why she would be in that situation, but yeah, she just takes it too far and is making too many assumptions about her nearly grown daughter.
Dawn, I'm so grateful to have been podcasting you for so long. But we got to end it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's been a good run.
Tabitha can do no wrong. That's the rule. No, I'm kidding. All right. So moving on to number 4. My number 4 is, and this is something I want to talk about in the spoiler section too. Julie just kind of coming off like a total brat. And it's just like, I was very confused by it. Like, why are you just being so harsh, man? She had reasons that we don't learn until later. But yeah, I mean, we don't know anything at this point. So it's just kind of like, oh my God, Julie, just be nicer. My God. All right, Jazz, what's your number 4?
Khatri's not the best therapist. Or priest, apparently. But yeah, I appreciate what he's trying to do. It's the same thing with Tabitha. I feel like I agree with your point, guys. They're both doing things that they need to be doing, but they're not going about them in the best way.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's coming for Boyd so hard, knowing how hard Boyd is being on himself at this moment.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
You know, we always refer to him on the show as Dead Dick Khatri. And it, watching him back when he was still around, like he isn't really that different.
No.
Yeah. He's a lot. He's kind of just as edgy, Both versions of him are just as edgy.
Yeah.
All right, Dawn, how about you?
My number 4 is Tabitha and Jim's fight, because Jim is exhibiting all the toxic masculinity. He's somebody who wants to fix the problem, who wants to act like there is no problem. I don't know, it'll work out, it'll be fine, rather than having the conversation. And you can feel Tabitha's aggravation, like, just give me something back. I just need to know what you're feeling. But he thinks he's being the strong man by just going, no, it's fine. And it feels like too many conversations you've had with men, thankfully not my husband, but other men in life, that's like, oh, go round and round this again. And I totally felt for Tabitha in it. And the fact that you can tell they'd had this conversation about a different topic, but the same issue over and over again. So yeah, their marriage is Fromville. They're stuck in it, living a nightmare.
Yeah, seriously. All right. So my number 3 is, man, Victor is not making a good impression on Julie here.
Really great start.
Yeah, like first he totally freaks her out when she's tied up. Like, can't you wait till she's not tied up to go get your peaches? And then she wakes up to Victor drawing her. we all adore Victor, but
it's a rough start for Victor.
Yeah,
it's a rough
start for a lot of the characters.
Yeah. Yeah, like creepy. And yeah, that's something I also want to talk about in the spoilers. Jazz, what about your number 3?
I have way more empathy for Sara on this watch through. Her position sucks.
Yeah.
I am surprised she feels comfortable still working at the diner. I get what she means. It would look weird if she didn't show up, but like she got some balls. But her situation is just terrible. It sucks for her, and I feel bad for her a lot more this time than in past times because I have more information. But yeah.
Mine is about Sara as well. But it's the fact that I think in my mind I kind of conflated different scenes from that season, and I got them in the wrong order. So obviously, at the end of this scene, we see that it says "kill the boy" on her arm, and in my mind, I thought she befriends him after that. But the fact that she is so lovely to Ethan from the start, really takes him, come and help me, and she's just being so lovely to him, and then she gets that message. Like how harrowing must that be? No wonder she, you would go catatonic, because how, like, it's just your worst thought. You think, okay, I've done that awful thing, and now I'm trying to be nice to make up for it, and there's a little kid, and I can feel good, and that's immediately ripped away from her. Oh, it's heartbreakingly
brutal.
Just awful. Yeah, brutal. That's a good word, brutal.
Yeah, for sure. This is number 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 2 is just Jim, like, approaching Victor in the woods with Ethan after, like, well, he has a gun. It's just the machismo is just, and arrogance is just through the roof.
Off the scale.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe Jim's got one of those special spines that stops bullets, so he's not afraid.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that your number 2 also, John?
No.
Okay. I'll come back to it because it's my number 1. My number 2 is the Julie and Tabitha info dump fight. There's multiple info dump fights in this episode, but I feel like this one's the most egregious. They're just like, Thomas died this amount of time ago, and this happened, and I know, like, Julie just announces all of the problems that are happening in the Matthews family in one, like, sentence. I don't ever accuse the show of bad writing, because it's not bad writing, but I feel like that was a little inelegantly handled. I felt like that they could have been done in a less. It was just an info dump. It was just like, this is everything you need to know about these characters, and we're gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like there was a, maybe not necessarily better, but just a more elegant way to tease those facts out over time, instead of having Julie just say them all while she's mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
It came off kind of like a school play almost. It was just a little strange for me.
I can see that,
especially with the quality of writing everywhere else on that show. That scene just kind of stuck out to me as like why is this so much exposition?
I felt very confused by it, and like it was out of place and not really necessarily up to the caliber.
And I get they needed that information out, but it just, like, the divorce and my dead brother who died 6 months ago exactly, and it was very strange and like out of character for both of them, and I know it needed to be done, but it was just a weird way to handle it. That's a nitpick for me. I think all the writing on the show is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dawn, what about you?
Yeah, my number 2 is Mom Chicka Wow Wow, sexy time in the attic again. It's the fact that Fatima sets up Julie's bed in the attic right across from where her and Ellis are no doubt going to be having lots and lots of sex.
Yeah.
And she just goes, and curtains for privacy. Yeah, but she's going to hear it.
Soundproof?
Yeah.
Like, it totally continued this whole weird threesome vibe that has been coming off. It's just like, why would you do it? I understand you're like, be close to me and I'll keep you safe and it'll make you feel better. But hey, come and sleep in the same room as us. It's just, no.
They should have just made Julie 18.
Yes.
It would have made everything a lot less weird.
Yeah. It would have been a lot less icky if she was 18. And she's, I would have been going off to college anyway in a few months. So this is, it would have made a lot more sense.
It's time to experiment, Mom and Dad.
Yes. And obviously, Fatima and Ellis are looking at her as a little sister, but it just isn't coming off that way.
It's not reading that way.
No,
especially when you have people banging in the open in that house an episode ago. It makes it come off creepier.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the whole thing that Colony House is like have mass orgies and stuff. It just makes it all icky. And I'm glad that they kind of. It's not a huge spoiler to see that is not a big topic of discussion that comes up in the rest of the seasons. There's not many scenes of them all having a cuddle puddle in the in Colony House. Thankfully.
Yeah.
They even make a joke about that in season 3.
Yeah.
So my number 1 is the whole diner scene. I mean, we already talked about it with the LVP, but first of all, like, Jim, get your shit together, okay? Like, I realize that, Ethan triggered you or whatever. Your first reaction is to just leave your son sitting there and go in the bathroom and cry by yourself, leaving him alone. And then you're going to get pissed off when you come back and Victor's
there's an
sitting
adult
there.
watching your kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the... I hate Jim.
It's my number 1 as well, so I'll.
It's also my number 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could all just go Jim. It's just
mine. Mine just says Jim.
It's the fact he's so aggressive and manhandles him. Get out. Dude, this is his town. You've arrived 5 minutes ago. You know nothing about this man. And you're already assuming the worst. You haven't assumed the worst of anybody else there, but just this one guy who is being kind to your son and showing him a drawing. And as you say, it's not a drawing of anything inappropriate.
Yeah, putting Tin Chin in a chokehold.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have any idea what his intentions are. And I get it, it's a little creepy, but this is new territory. This is not your town. Like you said, like, have 30 seconds of patience. Like, and Ethan is begging him to stop.
Listen
to your kid if you're not going to listen to the adult. Like,
and he took the drawing and left the pancakes.
Yeah.
So he can show the Boyd.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. He gives it to Boyd like,
my kid.
Look what he's giving my son. He's giving him pictures.
Can you believe that? Let's take a break for our Brumley debate team. We chose randomly before the show, and I am going to be, unfortunately, defending Jim. Oh, God. Jazz is going to be defending Victor, and Dawn will be the judge. So let's, Dawn, or Jazz, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jazz has the easy job this time, so she goes first.
Yeah, so Jazz, you'll go first.
Okay, anytime, go.
Yeah, we kind of already discussed this at length, but there is absolutely no reason for Jim's behavior. He doesn't know this person. He doesn't understand the situation in any way. He's making a rash, fear-based decision and judging someone who has no ability to understand why he's angry. Like, he hasn't taken any time to get to know Victor. He's just been attacking him constantly. And Victor is like one of the most harmless people in town. And he would know that if he had asked anyone or tried to get to know Victor at all. But he is instead making harsh judgments based on the world and not on the situation at hand, like Jim do. So, yeah, I think these sucks.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Let me know when to go.
Okay, hang on, reset. Okay, go.
Hi guys, Franny Fromville here. And let me tell you, this Victor guy, I've had to live with this guy for like 3 years now. Is it Victor or Vince? I don't know, whatever. But I've had to live with this dude for 3 years, and I'm sorry, I am sleeping on the floor of Colony House, and he's got his own fucking room. And he just, I know. I'm so glad that Jim roughed him up, because everybody is a danger in this town except for Jim, because I have a soft spot for guys who look like Scott Stapp. Because I'm the world's biggest creep gen. And I completely support Tim or Jim, whatever his name is. Vince should just not be in Fromville at all.
Right. Now, as the judge, I have to say you made a very good point there, which may not be entirely relevant, but it's still a good point. Why does Victor have his own big ass room for all of his drawings? What's that about? Didn't put Julian with him, did they? But yes, it was a valiant effort from Franny. But I have to give it to Jazz and Victor, because, just Jim is the worst human.
That was a real unfair one.
Yeah, I had to bring Franny Fromville in for this one, because it had to be a Karen defending him. All right, let's go to our top fives.
Yeah.
So, my number 5 is the fact that, and I didn't catch this until I rewatched it, but when Victor and Ethan are in the woods, Victor hears the dogs barking, and Ethan doesn't, and he's like, "Do you hear that?" And it freaks him out. So he clearly has not heard or seen a trace of these dogs in many years. And he goes back to Colony House, and he's in his room, and he finds a drawing he did of the dog. And so it's like he said to Julie when he was drawing her, he's starting to remember things now. And we know that there's a reason that he's starting to remember things now, because everything is lining up for the next iteration or whatever.
Yeah.
For the next cycle. So I just thought that was really interesting.
I've just thought about something. Do you think that Victor's drawings are still so childlike because they're almost all coming from his childhood memories? And so what he sees in his mind is what a child sees. Because anybody who draws more and more, the more you draw, the better you get. But he's frozen.
He has no formal education beyond like 3rd or 4th grade. So
he's stuck in that. His mind is stuck in visualizing things like a child. because I was like, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He very much has like, Arrested Development.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I like that theory.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Ethan questioning why Victor draws in crayon.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, you drew this? But it's in crayon. Victor's like, shut up.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite art form. It just made me laugh. It was a cute little, like, actual childlike moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually made me think about it through the episode. I was like, why does he draw crayon? And I was like, well, crayons don't dry up and pens would.
Yeah.
Like, he's being very sensible.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Boyd's pulling the cart along with it. It shouldn't be funny, but it's really funny the way that he's like, Ethan's like, can I help? And he's going, no, it's fine. And the way he sort of moves the tarp to make sure it's covering, and he's like, no, you just carry on. I just find that really, it's a really dark comic moment, and I love those moments.
Yeah.
Ethan is the only person who offers to help.
Exactly.
The whole time.
Right. All right. So my number 4 is the little flashback of Victor that we got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we knew it was Victor because of the lunchbox. But we knew, it showed us that he
still wearing the same shirt.
But yeah, I mean, it showed us that like he had seen the dogs and he had seen the boy in white all these years ago. And it also goes hand in hand with him saying that he is remembering stuff now that he forgot. Like he forgot all of that. I think we can assume that he forgot about the boy in white. Until Ethan told him about it. Like his memory has just been completely trashed.
I mean, you have to he has to bury so much trauma. He's probably seen so many people die.
Yeah, so I really appreciated that little flashback.
Do you think they've filmed lots of stuff with that child actor? But now before he starts growing, because they grow and he's at that age.
They can't do that.
No,
you can't. You can't shoot ahead with. It has to deal. It has to do with how you're paid. So you can't be paid for a season 2 episode before season 2 is in production because those accounts are different accounts.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if he was doing they try to do stuff like that, but it's really the legal limitations are very strict about how you can be paid for the way the episodes are shot.
Yeah,
because he's in. No spoilers, but he shows up later on and he's much bigger.
I mean, hell, we no longer have the boy in white anymore. We've got the man in white. When he opened his mouth to talk in season 3, I'm like, who is this?
Hello.
Quarterback in white.
Yeah, Victor, things are changing. Things are changing like my voice.
My number 4. My number 4 is the Khatri and Boyd info dump fight. I thought that one was well done. It didn't dump as much info, but we've known that there is some kind of trauma that's happened to Boyd and Ellis that split up their relationship. Now we know that Boyd's wife probably has passed since they've arrived in Fromville. It gives us just enough to give some more context without it just feeling out of place and overdone. And I really like the scene between the two actors. In both of these episodes. They're great scene partners.
Yeah, they are, for sure. John, what about you?
Yeah, mine is when Julie and Tabitha are fighting, when Julie says, "You've got 2 kids. Are they not enough for you? Are we not enough for you?" I thought it's such a clever line because yes, Julie is a teenage, behaving like a teenage brat, but it gives us such an insight into what it feels like to be the living sibling. That she understands the grief of her mother and that she's going to be, grieving Thomas forever. But also it takes her right back to that childhood feeling of just abandonment and, we're still here. Stop focusing on what's gone and focus on us and wanting her mother to mother her. And that emotional state that she's been in, even though she's trying to be grown up and saying she wants to live in live in Colney House and be away, that reveals that it's all about her just wanting her mother to mother her. And I think it's a clever line to just give it in all of that information in one little line in the middle of that infodump fight. But I thought that revealed a lot and why she's so bratish.
So my number 3 is, I just, Victor is, we haven't seen a ton of Victor at this point. But he seems like you kind of get the feeling like he's somebody who pretty much keeps to himself. And he just, like, the way he really felt so comfortable with Ethan, I just thought was really charming and interesting. And, and he's on that same, I mean, he's basically like a 10-year-old himself. So it makes sense that he'd relate to him. But yeah, I think it's really cute because I don't think he's probably really had many friends in town, which is sad because he doesn't really talk to a lot of people, Yeah. People just ignore him. But yeah, I like the relationship between Victor and Ethan a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
Agreed. My number 3 is Fatima's genuine care for Julie. Just is really heartwarming. Like, she can tell this girl's going through it, and just like showing her all the tricks and the ways to make life more comfortable in this really impossible situation is she's just so kind. I love Fatima.
Yeah, for sure. Dawn, what about you?
Yeah, my number 3 is Victor digging the graves. The end of the episode, the reveal that he's digging graves. If you're a Walking Dead fan, this should take you back.
Yes, that's the first thing I thought of when I first watched that episode.
Take you back to season 1 to the awesome Jim, who does exactly the same thing. Starts digging graves and he doesn't know why. At least here, Victor knows why. But it reminded me so much of that. Very similar scene. But it's a different kind of horror. We had, like, last episode, we had the creatures getting frank, and this is a different horror that exactly what you said, how much Victor's gone through in the time he's been there, how many people have died, and he's just getting ready this time. Oh, it's torture, but it's brilliant. It says so much in that moment, and everybody watching him, because they're like, oh, he's just Victor doing weird things, but the real horror of it is that he's lived this again and he's just preparing to go through it.
Yeah, definitely. He's a tragic character, man.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 3 is we're on 2. Yeah, my number 2. My number 2 is, I just love, I imagine that this is part of Boyd's daily routine. He wakes up, he gets ready, and then he just screams into the mirror. I think that's why he's able to stay so calm and under pressure and organized, and because he does scream therapy every morning.
Yeah. That was so visceral, and like the like intensity and like rage and like panic that he's getting out at that moment, and then immediately cuts to him like calmly sipping coffee.
Yep.
It's such an incredible transition. Ugh. The show's so good.
Can I be shallow and see? I forgot to mention this. How hot he looked earlier in the episode when he's fixing up the box and stuff. I was like, oh, because normally we don't see him looking that way. He's always tortured or being the sheriff, and then I was like, yes, that's it. That shirt, that's the one. Thank you very much.
Got arms for days.
Yeah. All right, Jess, how about you?
Number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
My number 2 is Boyd inviting the Matthews family to dinner, and that subsequent scene. Him realizing, shit, there's a lot of chaos going on right now. Victor's got a gun. We used the box for the first time. This family is terrified. So him trying to give them a sense of normalcy while he's still processing everything that's going on just shows what a great leader Boyd is. And even like you were discussing the moment with the scream, it's just he's getting it out how he needs to get it out so that he can continue to do what he needs to do. And yeah, I love Boyd's character. We talk about that all the time, but I thought that was a really like interesting and human moment to show.
I will say it once again. He is out of every show that I've ever seen that has like a leader figure. Boyd is far and away the best. He's exactly who you would want around. He's like everybody's dream dad. He really is.
Yeah.
Dawn, what about you?
Yeah. Even though Jazzy talked about this scene as in the negatives, I agree totally that it is an info dump. But it's the scene with Khatri and Boyd where Khatri.
Oh, it was a positive.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it was a positive.
I have a positive.
That's right. Sorry, I'm getting confused. It's late. The way that Khatri speaks to Boyd and tells him, you saved the town. I have to remind you, you saved the town, because Boyd is the kind of guy isn't going to think that about himself. He's never going to think I saved everybody. But Khatri lays it out so clearly when he says, I buried more people in a week before you came. I was just burying people left, right, and centre, and we went 3 months without a death. And how incredible that is, and that's because of you. Everybody needs to hear that, and Boyd especially, that he's so unashamedly saying, this is down to you. You're not just someone who's acting as leader. You are doing it, the hard work. And I love that there is someone to see that to Boyd, especially because he has this distance with his son. It's really important that he feels he's doing something right. I'm glad he did. Yeah,
agreed. So my number 1 is actually just Ethan in this episode, and it's why he was a close number 2 for my MVP. But I just love that he did not stop giving Jim shit.
Yeah.
And even when Victor held a gun on them, and Ethan was still like, leave him alone. He totally took Victor's side. And I loved it so much. And then they got home and he was still giving him shit. Like, I just and he was so sweet, offering to help Boyd with
help burying that body.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, he was such a sweetheart in this episode. I loved him just mouthing off to Jim throughout the whole episode about being an asshole to Victor.
I love Ethan.
Yeah, me too.
He's the sweetest. My number 1, we've already kind of discussed this at length, but the flashback opening and the multiple flashbacks to Victor's childhood throughout the scene. It really explains a lot about his character, that he's been like, he's literally like Mowgli, you know. His life, his childhood has been formed by this town. He's been here for, is it 40 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, since the 70s. Like, it's wild.
Think about all of the things that have happened that he did not witness.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Wow.
Like, he doesn't know what the internet is.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some video games back then, but, you know,
nothing like we have now.
Yeah. I mean, there were just like
just had
all of the
that
things.
little dot. What was that called?
Yes. Yes, ping pong.
Yeah. There's so many things, like people wearing clothes from that era, from that decade, like he would think of as normal and contemporary.
Yeah, the 70s come back in fashion twice now.
There are electric cars, you know. I want to see if they ever get out and Victor gets out. I want like a whole Crocodile Dundee episode.
It would be like a sitcom with Victor. It would be like Perfect Strangers.
Yes.
Victor's bulky.
Yes, absolutely.
Fresh out of Frontville.
Yep.
And this is the story all about how my life got flipped. I came out of a tree and now I'm here. And I don't know how to work a VCR.
Oh, man.
Right, I'm going to need you to rap more.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Oh dear.
All right.
Is it my turn? No.
Yeah, it's your number one.
Yeah. My number one is Kenny showing Jade the map. I love how Jade, it completely changes Jade's perception and how much it tells us, the audience. As you were saying, there are elegant ways to do info dump, and that was one of them, because he's saying they're from here, they're from this. Don't think that this is some actual place that you can find. People have come from all over the country, although it made me think, are there Fromvilles in every country? Do we have one in? Do we have our own UK Fromville?
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's been all Americans.
Yeah. All North Americans, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna copyright that.
Yeah. I wonder.
But I just thought it was a really interesting way to get across that people have come from all over, and the way it sort of clicks Jade's mind into place. And then when the radio goes off and he's just like, woof. Yeah, that's it. I'm taking that. Let's get on to solving this. No spoilers, but someone else who comes to town later on could take a few notes from Jade, even though Jade dealt with things badly. But in the same mentality of Jade thinking, I'm going to figure this out, other people come along, but at least Jade is doing some, he's immediately latching onto something concrete, which is the radio, and doing something. And I just love Jade, and I love that at that moment you start to see a different side of Jade that will, as he goes through and becomes more of a less of just a drug addled billionaire.
Yeah. Man, that's depressing. Like, you become extremely wealthy and you only get to enjoy it for a little while.
One car ride, one half of one car ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, remember, there are no ethical billionaires, so
yes. Yeah, exactly. Still, it would be nice if he at least made it to his celebration trip.
Yeah.
Great, I don't have to work anymore. Oh, I'm stuck in Fromville. Fuck. And there are not enough drugs here.
I was going to say, he said he'd done a shit ton of drugs, so he's had a pretty good time already.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Decent life, for sure.
True. All right. Did we want to do a spoiler?
I do, because I have something I want to talk about.
Okay. So here's your warning. If you are just following along with us and you have not seen ahead through season 3, here's your warning to tune out now. I'll give you 5 seconds and then we'll get into spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Jazz, what do you want to talk about?
Okay. Once again, this is about Julie. And I know we speculated everyone under the sun could potentially be Eloise, except for Tabitha.
Yes.
But I kind of think maybe this episode is hinting that maybe Julie is Eloise. Because Victor is really drawn to Julie. He's literally drawing her when she wakes up.
Yeah.
He approaches her immediately, starts talking about the 2 cars when he first meets her. Like, I don't see Victor as someone who would necessarily be super chatty with a new person. But he immediately is like drawn in by Julie. He wants to ask her questions. He wants to talk to her. Same with Ethan. And she wakes up and he's drawing her and he wants to talk to her and he doesn't understand necessarily why she's scared of him, but that's just Victor. But I'm wondering if maybe Eloise was also a story walker, and that's why she's scared. She may not be alive. I consistently said I don't think Eloise is still alive, but if she is still alive, she potentially maybe just never could find her way back to the proper spot in the timeline that she was supposed to be in.
Wow.
So
mind blown.
On this watch through, him like studying her so hard made me think of that. Like, why is he so drawn to her? I still think it's a stronger argument for Ethan being Eloise than anyone else, but I don't know, something about this episode and the way he has been interacting with her over the course of the last 2 episodes just gave me like a hint of a theory about it.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I had never thought about that before. About, the story walker thing. I did have theories at one point that she might be the reincarnation of Eloise, but I'm kind of thinking differently now. But yeah, that's really interesting.
I think it's either Ethan or Julie.
Yeah.
I think
or
it's
Sara.
Or Sara. Yeah, it could be Sara too.
Yeah.
I feel like Ethan's the most likely, but
I definitely feel like Ethan's the most likely one to be if it's a reincarnation situation at all.
Yeah.
It's probably Ethan. But so this episode, it's the first time I ever thought it might be Julie.
Yeah. By the way, the picture that he drew of her, in case folks didn't notice, he put that into the lunchbox when he gave it to Tabitha. When she went through the tree, which I thought was really sweet.
That's so sweet.
I know. I love it. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get on out of here?
That's it.
All right. I think that trailer should be coming like really, really soon because they're teasing it on MGM is teasing it on their social media. When's the trailer dropping? So I honestly thought that it would happen today, Saturday the 7th, but I think we'll get it in the next week. And you can look forward to a few of these episodes every day where we're doing a complete rewatch through season 3. So come join us and let us know your theories and your thoughts on these past episodes in the comments. And we'll see you real soon. Bye from Ellie.
Bye.